Hello there everybody. Thank you very much to all of those who have taken the time to pop in and have a look at this quick demonstration. If you're at the office, shut the door, grab a cup of coffee, sit back and enjoy what I feel is the elegant simplicity of these calculations inside of Revit. I'm going to start off with just a fairly typical house. I've also included a second level up here with an entertainment room, outside flat lid, whatever you'd like to call it, just so that we can have a look at doing the calculations on different levels. Working out the allowances for your conductance and solar heat gain is fairly simple. I'm just going to zoom in on this ground floor level. Basically all we need to do is go and attach room objects to the plan itself. Not too worried about the room symbol itself. You can customize your own, use the generic Revit one. They'll all work just fine. Functionality stays the same. And then on the first floor, I'm just going to place that additional room up there. Okay. That then takes me through to the schedule where the calculations are performed. There are, however, a few things that I need to sort out here. For example, this is currently referencing both levels, and these calculations need to be performed per level. So I need to obviously exclude that first floor level room from the schedule. So all I need to do is go through to the filtering, something that you can play around with as much as you need to. And I'm going to go to level and set a filter that equals ground floor. So the room on the first floor will then be excluded from the schedule. Simple as that. I do need to assign a city to this specific project, and rather than obviously do it attached to every single different room, I can just go through to sorting and grouping here and switch off the itemization, which will give me one list for all those rooms. Now I can go in here and simply select the project location. Let's go and say that this one is in Artesal. There we go. Zone 2 falls in the constants, and there all my calculations are performed. It gives me the area of the floor itself, or of the level, the total conductance and the total solar heat gain, and as an additional calculated field I've included this 15% limit, which really just takes the area and says, listen, 15% of that would be X amount, so that I know if I look at my glazing elements, as soon as they go over that amount, I actually have to perform calculations. Right, as simple as that. I can then go and take the schedule as required and simply duplicate it and say, listen, this second schedule that sits over here, if I go now and rename it, I'm not going to fully rename it, let's just go to the end and say this is for level 2 or the first floor. This schedule, I can then go to its filter and change that filter from ground floor to first floor. As soon as I hit OK, it gives me the values for the first floor. This also needs obviously to be assigned to a location, so if I find Artesal in this list, there we go, it simply fills all of that in. Alright. Further to that, we can include or exclude certain areas from the actual schedule. If you look at the ground floor plan here, I've also used a view filter. So in the visibility graphics, if I go in there, and I go to my filters, I've created a filter which highlights rooms that have been assigned a zone. Now when I look at this plan, I decide, listen, I'm actually going to separate this garage here from the rest of the building. So I could actually take that room and go to its city assignment and set it to none. Notice how the view filter then shows me that that room is excluded. In other words, back on my schedule where I calculated the ground floor allowances, I can now go and just itemize every instance here again. Because what I effectively want to do is see, okay, see this room over here, which will equate, which will point back at the garage, is now no longer assigned a city, so the climate zone and the calculations have been removed. However, the total of the area and that 15% limit still sit inside of it. And if I'm going to exclude a room or a building or a portion of the building from my calculations, I need to obviously remove it from the schedule. So I can just go into the filter of the specific schedule. I'm already filtering it by information on the ground floor, but I can now say, listen, let's go and add a city list filter which does not equal none. So anything that actually has a city assigned will be included in the schedule. If it does not have a city assigned, it will be excluded. So if I hit OK here, there it removes that room, giving me my updated calculations. That's as simple as it is. Thanks for watching.